Hello, David Zritsky for the Bond Experience. Welcome back. This year we've celebrated two movies in particular, Goldfinger and The Man with the Golden Gun. And there's been a lot of different ways that we've all celebrated together. There have been gatherings, there's been events, there's been moments in London and even abroad. But today I'm here to talk to you about one brand in particular that is doing their own thing as far as a celebration, and that is ORLEBAR Brown. Now, you know ORLEBAR Brown, it's one of my favorite brands. I like the fit, I like the style, I like their homage pieces. I even like the people that make up the company. And today they are releasing a golden capsule, if you will, maybe even a golden bullet around these two movies. And I'm here to show you the entire line of clothing. I know. Now, a couple things that we have to talk about so you understand how to play this game that we're going to be doing. All of the pieces that you see here today that I'm going to be trying on or talking about have been flown from ORLEBAR Brown via Thailand. I know, these came directly from Thailand where they did their photo shoot. And that was so we could film this and produce this video well ahead so it could be here for the launch. And that's what we're doing here today. The reason I'm mentioning that is these are a lot of different varied sizes. Usually I take a size medium in most ORLEBAR Brown, and there are some mediums tied into this collection that they were able to send me. But some are larges, the sizes vary. So I'm going to be talking about that. And of course, we're going to be talking about the very first piece that you're probably observing, one of my favorites. And that is this linen capri collar long sleeve shirt that replicates the one that you see Roger Moore when Roger Moore goes to visit Andrea. Do you remember the scene? The scene was at the Muay Thai fight, and Bond's talking to a already deceased Maud Adams, unfortunately, but you notice this green in this incredibly light linen long sleeve. Now, he had this sort of pared back like this. There are some great chase scenes with Bond in this shirt, and the reason I like it is, well, a couple things. First of all, it's incredibly lightweight. It can move very easily with you. This is a size large, and I would say this, it's not incredibly large on me, even a size large. Might I go for a less relaxed look and get a medium? Yes. When I get my very own version of this, I'll get the medium. Now, again, I did that very quickly, but I rolled it back to be just a slightly more screen accurate. Where could I see this shirt? Oh gosh, I could see this shirt at a resort. I could even see this in corporate America in kind of a relaxed look, but this safari look, which is still very in, is very Bond, but it's also very Roger Moore. And if you're looking for that type of a celebratory moment with The Man with the Golden Gun, if you really appreciate the film like I do, this has that little, what I call slightly invisible Bond. And I will say this, and it's maybe my other thing that I want to talk about when I show this collection. One of the aspects that I like about ORLEBAR Brown is they do not create costumes, or some people call cosplay, costume play. So they're not looking to do exact replicas of the items from the film. They're not trying to dress you up as James Bond. They're trying to give you an essence, a flavor, the style moments. So you're going to see parts of the collection that say to you, boom, Goldfinger, boom, The Man with the Golden Gun. And then there's going to be deeper cuts, and we're going to be talking about those. But they're really pieces that harken back to moments or imagery or iconography, big word, marketing, art word. But trust me when I say this, we're going to be your Sherpa through this journey. Now, when we talk about these items, I'm going to be pairing them with simple chinos so as not to complicate the matter. I've got a very simple wrist roll Omega watch. It is the Spectre one because it's got that Connery type vibe to it, maybe like even a little bit Roger Moore, but that's all we're going to do. We're not going to enhance these pieces. We're going to let them live on their own. Speaking of, we need to look at the next piece. How about a little bit of love for Auric Goldfinger? I mean, there's a lot of love going on actually, because this is gold. It's the Maton gold bullion shirt It's 100% silk. It feels like silk, beautiful Italian silk, and it moves like silk. I mean, you could see the kind of waving moments that silk tends to do. This is a relaxed fit. Now, the reason I say that is, again, I've got a 41, 42-inch chest, I got a 31-inch waist, and this is a size medium. The reason I give you these sizes, just for those that are maybe new to the channel, is so when you're looking at size charts on the ORLEBAR Brown website to pick out your piece, you can then go back to this video and go, well, hold on a second, David's a 41, 42, I'm a 44, therefore I want to size one up. You see how we do this? Trust me, it helps a lot. It's why a lot of you people watch these, is to get the right size. So I want to be frank with you that there is some good room. But it's a relaxed fit. In fact, even in the armhole, usually ORLEBAR Brown fits my biceps pretty tight. This is a little bit more relaxed. It's more relaxed in the back, the way it flows. This is supposed to be just casual, wandering around your gold bricks and gold bullion. Maybe you're having a party for gold people. I don't know. I don't know what goes on in Orc Goldfinger's boudoir. Eh. But this is something I really am enjoying. And there's some subtle or not so subtle moments, depending on how close people are getting to you. Let me demonstrate what I'm talking about. You see these? They look like dots to you. If I get up really nice and close, those are actually 007 vintage logos. And I mention that they're a vintage logo because right behind me, you see the 007 modern logo. These have vintage logos strewn, I said strewn, throughout. Here around the armband, 007 logos. Down below here towards the waist, 007 logos. 007 logos replete. This is, I believe, a very nice homage piece. Obviously, this did not exist in any way in the film, not even a replica of it. But this is a way to say, love the film, gold, bullion, love 007, but these subtle little marks all over really kind of let you fly your flag of appreciation and passion for James Bond. We're back to the man with the golden gun, and I'm wearing an homage shirt. It is a capri collar, very light linen, relaxed fit again. So there's a lot of relaxed fitting going on in this collection, you can see already. And even the biceps themselves, nice and wide. This is a relaxed shirt, but the gentleman that wore this in the film is anything but relaxed. He's pretty intense. This is Scaramanga's dueling shirt. Now I call it the dueling shirt. It's called a Metan in the collection itself because you see him wearing this light sky blue type shirting in the film. And by the way, look at the detail. This is crazy. It's got the S. Remember this? The little monogram? It's got the S for Scaramanga on the shirt. And it's in the same exact script that you see in the movie, the same exact font, as we say in marketing terms. So I'm digging this. I'm digging the color. I do actually like the relaxed fit. And this is a size medium. This is definitely more relaxed than I'm used to wearing, but this is resort wear. This is casual, by the pool, walking down the beach. It shouldn't be shrink wrapped on you, right? It shouldn't, it doesn't need to be like, this is a little billowy. And what I like about this is I can see this a little bit kicked back, but I can also see this going to dinner. And I don't know if you do this with the items that you purchase from ORLEBAR Brown or any brand. What I try to do is I forecast where I would wear each item, in what circumstance, what real life circumstance beyond my collection that I would wear these pieces. And I could see this, Danielle and I are a warm weather getaway and, it's dinner time, we get changed. She goes, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "I think I'm gonna wear my Scaramanga dueling shirt." And she goes, "What's wrong with you?" No, really, what's wrong with you, David? No, but after she says that, I say, no, look, it's just a very lightweight shirt. I'm going to pair it with a pair of just simple, breezy linen chinos and just head off to dinner. And this is so relaxed. It's kind of cool at the same time. And it's this wonderfully invisible bond. This Scaramanga S doesn't go bang. It's not in a contrasting thread or anything like that. It sort of just blends in. And that's part of it. It's, again, this invisible bond moment where I can celebrate the collection, the movie, but still be comfortable and a little elegant. Now, I told you ahead of time that there were going to be what I call some deep cuts. And what I mean by that is we're going to have a little bit of storytelling and explanation. And you have noticed that I have gone, ladies and gentlemen, full zebra. And you're saying to yourself, how is the zebra print a part of a James Bond collection? Harken back, if you will, to where you see Maud Adams in the opening of The Man with the Golden Gun, outstretched on her chair at James Bond Island, Scaramanga's villainous hideout and lair. And she's stretching and you see a print on the pillow or the cushion that she's on. It is this exact same print. That's where they took this print from. Now, this is the moment of this video where I have to explain something to you again, even though I preheated this in talking to you earlier. And that is ORLEBAR Brown has a responsibility to creating resort wear that's fun, but engaging, takes in the elements and the environment. But in this case, they also have a collaboration with James Bond. So what they're trying to do here is meet somewhere together and have some overlap. So this is something that you might see, for example, in the ORLEBAR Brown collection outside of a James Bond collection. It would be part of the ORLEBAR Brown line, but they needed to create some sort of I'll call it sinew, connective tissue to the James Bond institution. And that's how they came up with this piece. It's very creative. Here it is right now. It's linen. It's, as you can see, very relaxed fit, but this is a size large. So it is big on me. I would not get this in a size large. I would probably go to a medium in this because it's big. It's long. It's a little bit longer than I would like. The medium might give me a little bit of length up here, but it would just also tighten this. Not that this is supposed to be tight. Again, it's relaxed. I'm doing this, by the way, so you see the silhouette. You've got to make choices. These pieces of clothing are your decision, not mine. So I want to show you the different views, if you will. But this is one of these deeper cuts that if you're looking for something a little bit more style forward, actually fashion forward more than style forward, and a little bit avant-garde, this would be the piece for you. Is this my go-to? And again, I've always got to be transparent. No, I like something that harkens back a little bit more to Bond for my choices, for my investment choices. But if you're looking for fun resort wear and you still want that connection to Bond, this might be exactly for you. This top is called the Griffith Golden Gun, but to me, it might as well just be called Roger Moore. I mean, this is so Roger Moore to me. Sizing wise, let's talk about that because you're going to notice sizing wise, it is a size large. I obviously would not take this in a large. I would take this a little bit smaller because it's a relaxed fit. By the way, I want to talk about the placket for a second because we really haven't talked about those, even though this collection has a lot of what is called a hidden placket. What does that mean? So this piece right here would normally show button, button, button. There are buttons there, but they're hidden behind this placket, making the placket invisible, an invisible placket. So it gives you a more streamlined look without all the buttons. You still have the capri collar here, a lot of capri collars going on, and I tend to like that. The highlight here, though, is taking the Roger Moore shirt, which they've done a version already. ORLEBAR Brown has done a version of this in one of their previous collections that is a little bit more screen accurate from a fabric standpoint. But this is toweling. And you'd be hard to argue that ORLEBAR Brown does toweling the best. Other brands do toweling. They maybe weren't the first to do toweling since toweling's been around for a long time. But for my money, my observations, ORLEBAR Brown does toweling the best. This is 100% Portugal toweling. It's actually double-faced, so it has this wonderful back facing on it that makes it very comfortable. You can see where the biceps fit. Again, more relaxed in the silhouette, very drapey, and it's comfortable. You know, we haven't even mentioned comfort and feel and things like that. These, again, this came from Thailand. I expected almost like sand to be coming out of the pockets. If this did have pockets, which it doesn't. But this is so comfortable. And if you're not comfortable in the items that you're purchasing, why even bother? I mean, they talk about things called hand, and it looks like I'm touching myself, but I'm actually touching the garment. Relax. The hand of these items is so beautiful, whether it's the silk or the linen or the toweling, 100% cotton. It is beautiful, and you need to feel like that, because what you don't want to do is be thinking about how uncomfortable your clothing is all day long. It kind of gets away from the purpose of relaxation. So not to be outdone by the man with the golden gun, Goldfinger also comes into the terry game. And this is a gold colored terry. Now this 007 terry polo is a bit of a classic. You've seen it before in some of the previous collections. One of my favorites is the ORLEBAR Brown homage piece to Dr. No in that kind of light blue that you've seen with the rib collar. This is a capri collar polo. You can see it's got the traditional ORLEBAR Brown pocket. It's got the wonderful, again, hand of the terry. It's got that mid-bicep look. This is a size large. And I've got to tell you, this is why we talk about sizing. This is fine. I mean, it fits me fine. I don't think I would do a medium. I think a medium might be a little bit too tight, especially for this collection that's a little bit more relaxed. But I'm loving this size large. It fits me, so it's not, you know, spray painted on me. It still shows off good definition and shows off what I'm trying to do from a disciplined #Bond Fitness Challenge standpoint. It does all of that, but not to be outdone. Check it. If you like this, if you like the silhouette and the look of this, and again, it's that 100% cotton from Portugal, unbelievably soft terry. This is like, they call it toweling, of course. This is like a robe. When you put this on, it's like putting on just a very soft, comfortable robe. It just is. So you could get into the man with the golden gun action, not just Goldfinger, with this green one, which harkens back to, of course, the shirt that I showed you at the very beginning of this video. And you could see that green there. They call it a penny green. Penny, for your thoughts about this collection? And then this latte. This is what they call the latte terry polo. And again, this would be sort of harkening back to that Roger Moore coloring and aspect. And again, check this out. This is what I love about this collection. You have choices. Celebration of one movie, celebration of different characters, and colors. If I was to walk out into the wild blue yonder of the world of reality, and somebody saw this, they wouldn't say to themselves, James Bond, right? James Bond. This is an amazingly hidden moment. And that's the type of thing that you want to think about as you wear these. You know, do you want a sign that says 007? We've got those. We have those. Or do you want it to be a little bit more subtle? You could dial up color. You could dial up character. You could dial up celebration of movies. Or you could dial up your level of obvious. Does it need to be an obvious Bond moment? Or could it be a little more subtle like this green one, right? Gold. The Horton 007 tie stitch. That's the name of this shirt, the Horton. Now you've seen the Horton before. You've seen me wear it in a lot of different posts and videos. But what they did was this, and I got to get up nice and close and personal for this, because take a look as I move here in the light, the stitching that's going on in the front of this shirt. Harken back, if you will, to Connery in Goldfinger wearing his now iconic Glen Plaid suit, the three-piece suit. He's on the farm in Kentucky drinking a mint julep. He's got a black knitted tie. Yeah, tie stitch. Now you're getting the whole verbiage and marketing that ORLEBAR Brown is paying an homage to. This is the same exact stitching as Connery's tie. And I'm here to tell you, this is a silk and cotton blend, and it feels like the tie from the movie. I have some really great replicas of the tie from the movie, including an Anthony Sinclair one, and this feels just like that tie. So it's got that feel, touch, hand gathering, but it's got the Horton cut. I love a good Horton cut. You can kind of make it a little bit longer with this hemmed bottom. You can kind of pull it up, you can roll, you can do a lot of things to a Horton. This is a size medium. This is my size. I'm familiar with Horton. This is my size. So everything's working here. You've got this Johnny collar. Sorry about this is so you can hear me. All right. So, but it's ruining the collar. In fact, you know what? Hold on a second. This is what we do with the Bond experience. It's not fancy. It's not super high production value, but we go off the cuff. I'm going to hold this like a microphone. So you could see this collar. This Johnny collar is so good. It's not too deep of a V. It's just right. If I had a little bit of sun right now, I mean, it's in the middle of fall, winter, but I'm going to get some resort time with this. This is one of my favorite pieces. And again, they're thinking to themselves, how do we tie this and keep true to our brand, true to who ORLEBAR Brown is? Because as a brand, I can tell you as a marketing guy, if you start to wander and waver away from your own brand, you weaken. You weaken the brand essence itself, the brief, the brand brief, the creative brief that ties all the brand messages together. So it's not just a matter of going, let's replicate the shirt from the movie. And it's not. It's not. I know some of you want that. But what they need to do is they need to keep to their brand essence, their vision and their mission statements, and yet pay off and do something exciting where a Bond fan like me can go, oh, I see what they did here. They took Connery's tie and they made it into a shirt, and there's a story to be told there. I'm gathering around my friends that are into sartorial Bond like you. I'm going to tell them the story because it's a cool story. Not to mention it's a good looking shirt. After the story falls away and gets a little quieter into the night and a couple martinis later, mint juleps, you've got to go back to the fact that this is a good looking garment. It's probably in my top 5 in this whole collection. Knick-knack, Tabasco. All right, so this outfit does not come with Tabasco, but it does come with a lot of affection. In fact, I usually have a Sophie's Choice moment with these type of collections across the different brands. This is my favorite. This is my favorite piece of the collection, and it has to be. Now, the Horton Scaramanga, as it's called, is a toweling combination. This is called Night Iris. So it's a very, very dark blue, like a midnight blue, think dark navy, and it's got this wonderful piping going on. So this harkens back to a scene, and it's more than an homage. I mean, it looks like the one in the movie. Harkens back to the scene when Scaramanga is relaxing on his beach and he's calling for champagne, a little bit of Guinness, a little Maud Adams, and he's got to go fight one of the assassins that's brought to the island by Knick-knack to constantly test this amazing assassin called Scaramanga. And by the way, it even has the S for Scaramanga. I mean, the little details on this outfit are beautiful. The gold, as in the man with the golden gun, and you're going to see a lot of different gold aspects to this since it is a gold collection. But I love the fact that they've tied it also with a pair of matching sweatpants. These sweatpants, they actually go down really tight at the bottom. So that's kind of that silhouette from the 70s, if you will. This is a size large. This is a size large, and it's not monstrous on me. I may do a medium just to get rid of some of the little waffling that's going on here. But large is not overly large on me, and I can make it a little bit longer. I can also do one of these things where you kind of bring it down. Again, a lot of these things you learn over time with the brand. It's adjustable. It's got the hand warmer pockets, but I'm so digging the feel of this. I mean, you don't have to wear anything underneath this, but you can tie this with a lot of different aspects in your closet. One of the features that I like about something like this, and check out the details at the end there, it's very 1970s, is the fact that this can be bought as individual items. It's not a jumpsuit, okay? Important distinction here. You could buy the drawstring pants. You could, on their own. You could buy the top on its own. And maybe you're saying to yourself, you know something, I want an item from this collection, but I also want to celebrate the man with the golden gun. I don't know which one is going to stick out in my closet, or when I wear it, it's going to immediately say to me, the man with the golden gun, this is it. I mean, I have to share my opinion, okay? I'm not a catalog come to life. And my opinion is, this is the epitome of the man with the golden gun representation. I mean, you are wearing a piece of the villainous Scaramanga. And it's one that is so iconic to us. If Bond stands out in Goldfinger in the three-piece suit, this is Scaramanga's standout piece as an individual. It shows his athleticism, but it also harkens back to something that I've talked about with not just this collection, but a lot of different things, and that is casual Bond. We love our casual Bond. Whether we wear suits or tuxedos, dinner jackets, whatever side of the pond you're on, we do love our casual Bond, and this really harkens to a casual Bond moment. Now, there are casual Bond moments because this is toweling, and then there are really, really, really casual Bond moments like these. They're back. Yes, they are. And I'm here to tell you, they're back by popular demand. Ladies and gentlemen, the Goldfinger onesies. You've got the traditional Goldfinger onesie here in all its glory. That is the one that you would have seen from the movie. And then there is a night iris, dark navy Goldfinger onesie. Now, you're saying to yourself, because I think I know you well enough, David, I don't think I could pull that off. I don't think I would ever wear a Goldfinger onesie. I'm here to tell you, this is one of the most popular pieces in the ORLEBAR Brown collection when it comes to James Bond, as in they cannot keep these in stock. There are a huge group of individuals that have gravitated to this and have worn these out in the wild, and there they are in their glory. There's a lot of different versions. I even have one from their previous collection that's a nod to Ursula Andress. It's like in a white. And all you need is a moment at a pool or a resort somewhere, and you too can embark upon that. Oh, of course, there's the pool. How on earth are we forgetting that ORLEBAR Brown, at its very foundation, is a swimsuit company born of a many different faces? We should probably take a look at this collections. So I'm digging these. There is our first one, which has the vintage 007 logos. You've got the gold accents here, which are absolutely phenomenal. It's got the 007 logo on there, but this is very, very comfortable. You can see how this would fit and have a comfortable hand. But then, remember I showed you the zebra from the man with the golden gun, that type of look. You also have it in a pair of swimsuit, if you dare. This, if you remember the shirt, the auric bullion, gold bullion shirt, we now have a pair of swimsuits. And again, I'm going to get up really close so you can see those are 007 logos galore. So it's not only on a shirt, it's on a pair of shorts. And again, the accents, the gold braces and accents on these are really stupendous. Now, if you want something even more subtle that doesn't kind of scream out to you 007, but you still want the representation, take a look at these black ones. Oh, I love these. These are amongst my favorite. You've got the gold piping on the side, but if we get up and close, you could see in certain lights, the 007 logo aptly put on there. But from far away, it looks like a black pair of swim shorts, just with some gold piping on there. I'm really loving those. And then here is, I'll call it a storytelling pair of swimsuit, because there is some storytelling moments going on here. It's a black pair, but this represents the laser from the laser scene. This is super comfortable, super light. You've got the 007 logo in the lower back, and again, it's that vintage logo that we're talking so much about. But that line across the back, that's supposed to be the laser line. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to wear ORLEBAR Brown swimsuits. So this, I really love the story aspect to it. but it's still not my favorite. And I have to show you what I think everybody's favorite's going to be. It's this one. It's the Glen Check plaid look from Connery's amazing three-piece suit that he wears in Kentucky, but it's done in a swimsuit. This is one of the coolest homages and nods to Goldfinger I've ever seen, because if you are a style person like I am, and you really appreciate the fabric and the suit, and you take a look at this, yeah, you're going to be gravitating to this particular one. And again, I love the fact that they took certain cloth, the hand, the look, a knitted tie, a gold silk, and yes, this Glen Check plaid look, and they've tied it to something that is very ORLEBAR brown. You see the journey? You see the connection that we're painting here? It's not just the journey of two movies being celebrated, it's a little bit more. Well, there you have it. The collection. The ORLEBAR Brown Gold Collection. I hope this was helpful, showing you the different sizes and the feels and the fits and how this might look on you in your own collection. But I hope it's a great review and journey of the storytelling that goes on with some of these pieces. This year, we've celebrated Goldfinger and now the man with the golden gun. And I've had a really great time doing it. And I think ORLEBAR Brown may have had a good time as well. Well, if you have any questions, there's some calls to action down below of the entire collection. In the meantime, this has been David Zaritsky for the Bond Experience. We'll see you real soon. Take care.